This update brought to you by American Implement, indebted to the past, committed to the future. In a moment, Ag News.
Would you like to see something done about high gas prices and low unemployment? Western Plains Energy in Campus, Kansas is doing something about it. They're a proud part of Growth Energy, America's ethanol supporters, and they employ 38 people and will be adding more following the expansion. Ethanol fuel not only reduces the cost of regular gasoline, it's good for the environment and keeps money right here in the United States while supporting local rural jobs. Western Plains Energy, doing something for the future.
Day and night till the job is done, Teeter is the one that works for you. Fields of green reaching toward the sun, Teeter is the one that works for you. Teeter is the one, Teeter is the one that works for you. Teeter Irrigation, your source for water management.
In Ag News, this week, Congressman Roger Marshall had discussions with both White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows and Secretary of Agriculture Sonny Perdue to receive an update of the disbursement of $16 billion in direct aid to farmers and ranchers facilitated by the recently passed CARES Act and the Commodity Credit Corporation. That's in response to the 25% drop in already distressed markets. Farmers and ranchers have been heavily impacted by the virus when the market dropped as the virus impacted China, Japan, and Southeast Asia. Also discussed was the disbursement of $3 billion for food banks and faith-based social organizations to help get food to those who are in need. Congressman Marshall urging both the Trump administration and officials that further action is needed to aid Kansas producers during this COVID-19 outbreak. Well, lawmakers reached an agreement on a Tuesday to allow agriculture to participate in the Small Business Administration's Economic Injury Disaster Loan Program. This agreement is part of a larger deal, a $484 billion coronavirus package that extends the Paycheck Protection Program. The agreement also includes funds for small lenders and community banks and funds for national coronavirus testing and funding for hospitals. This bill also includes additional $60 billion for the Economic Injury Disaster Loan Program. Senator John Hoeven, a Republican from North Dakota, said farmers and ranchers are working hard to continue providing the nation with food, fuel, and fiber, and this is one way that they can help support them during the pandemic. The profession means that ag businesses can now apply for the low-interest loans through the program and may also qualify for the $10,000 emergency grant. To be eligible, ag businesses will need to have to show that they've been hurt by the economic downturn caused by the coronavirus. More after this.
When you've had a best friend for over 50 years, you develop a trust. And the Scott Co-op has been a trusted rural friend since 1957. A co-op keeps money in the area, doing business for and with their members. And that helps keep their hometown thriving with keeping money in the community. Scott Co-op is not just an elevator. It's the rural way of doing business. So, when you see an elevator, remember your friends at Scott Co-op.
The cost of everything has gone up dramatically over the last 75 years. With one exception: keeping electricity affordable.
Wheatland Electric, delivering energy for life, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
A coalition of commodity groups seeks to block a challenge that would toss out the EPA's plan to register glyphosate. The group filed a joint motion to intervene on the April 20 case to support EPA's decision. The Natural Resources Defense Council challenging the registration approval or re-registration approval. Glyphosate is one of the most widely used herbicides worldwide, and growers and others depend on it for effective weed control and to minimize tillage farming practices, as well as reduce greenhouse gas emissions and preserve more land for native habitat. EPA on January 22nd published its interim decision for the 15-year registration review of glyphosate as required by the FIFRA, Federal Insecticide, Fungicide, and Rodenticide Act. It includes a variety of determinations about glyphosate, including revisions of requirements for drift management, off-target effects, herbicide-resistant management practices, and human health risk assessments, which EPA found glyphosate posed no significant cancer or non-cancer human health risks. The coalition of farm groups includes American Farm Bureau Federation, American Soybean Association, National Corn Growers Association, and 8 others. And USDA will hold a virtual job fair for positions at the Economic Research Service and National Institute of Food and Agriculture in Kansas City. USDA is partnering with the University of Missouri to host this joint virtual career expo coming up April 28th, building on the event last year that attracted more than 400 attendees. Both agencies relocated most of their operations to the Kansas City region last fall and are continuing to grow their workforce. Deputy Undersecretary Scott Hutchins says it's a unique time in the nation, and USDA continues to build the ERS and NIFA workforce using innovative techniques. The COVID-19 pandemic forced many event cancellations or pivot to virtual events like this virtual job fair. Representatives from ERS, NIFA, and the Office of Personnel and Management will conduct information sessions during this virtual expo about how the agencies and available positions are and how to apply for those federal jobs and the benefits of working for the federal government. More in a moment.
S&S Trailer Sales, with 2 locations in Ness City, Kansas, is where everybody goes to buy or rent trailers. They feature the all-new, all-aluminum Mauer grain trailer with all of the electric options, the easy-to-load detached trailers, and a huge stock of header trailers. At the west location, you'll find bumper poles, goosenecks, and oilfield specialty trailers, along with flat and utility beds for pickups. S&S Trailer Sales in Ness City and on the web, but remember, you do have to spell out the "and." Wolfter Construction and Irrigation has been around a long time, and a lot of folks have trusted them to design, build, and service all sizes of commercial and on-farm storage for grain and equipment. Wolfter is also known for their outstanding irrigation division, where they stock a complete selection of nozzles, regulators, drops, gear drives, electrical, and structure components. Looking for an electric motor? Wolfter has a large selection in single and 3-phase. Next time, reach out to the pros who have decades of experience at taking care of business the right way. Wolfter Construction and Irrigation.
Well, you get market updates, agriculture information, and things important to you every day here at 1030 KBUF. Be social with us on Facebook and Twitter for updates on stories or things you may need to know. I'm Ken Rogers. Thanks for watching.